and he literally just gifted me a 2003 Mustang Shelby GT with 800 original miles on it.
Get out of town. Welcome to Six Figure Trucker, a podcast where we share advice on how to be successful in trucking and have fun while doing so. We'll share stories, news, and advice on how to earn six figures in trucking, and we'll speak to guys and gals that are already doing so. Let's get to the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by the fine folks here at Norton Transport. And we are glad for you to be joining us yet again to hear the ins and outs of the trucking industry from the people who know it best. Of course, that's the men and women who are behind the wheel, making all these moves with all these trucks and making commerce happen. And joining us tonight, we're extremely happy to have Edward Thomas with us on tonight's episode. Edward, tell us first off, where are you right now?
Miami, Florida.
So that's home for you, right?
That's correct.
Did you sustain any damage, any high winds, any water, anything from Hurricane Ian?
Nah, it was more Central Florida that got hit. We escaped down here in South Florida.
Did you have any family up in Central Florida, any relatives, any friends up that way that may have seen some of the storm's path?
Yes, the eye went right over my mom, but she lost a couple shutters on her roof, and that's it.
I'm sure you were in close contact with your mother.
Yes, sir, I was.
What was it like for her to go through that storm?
Oh, I mean, we used to it. We was in Hurricane Andrew in 1992, the worst hurricane that ever hit Florida, so we're used to it. By her being pretty much in the eye, we knew that the eyes usually get the weakest part of the storm. You know, hurricanes usually the exterior what caused the most damage, so we kind of knew that she was going to get the good part of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the eyes, kind of like it's sort of isolated where you are in the center where there's not as much devastating force there. Now, let's see if Hurricane Andrew, that was in 92. Where was that? Homestead, Florida? Is that right?
Correct, yeah.
Now, did you live down that area? I mean, you said you've been through it.
Yeah, I was actually living in Miami when Hurricane Andrew hit in 92, yeah.
How old were you a young man then?
Oh, yeah. I was born in 86, so 92, I want to say I was 6.
What was that like? I mean, as a 6-year-old, seeing a storm of that magnitude, I'm sure it shaped an impression upon you.
Yeah, it tore up South Florida. I was traumatized for a while. I was scared of hurricanes, but the next year we had another one and pretty much had one ever since then. I'm born and raised in Florida, so like I say, I grew used to them, but after that first hurricane, yeah, I was a little traumatized, but, you know.
Gotcha. Born and raised in Florida, South Florida. What teams do you pull for? Are you a Hurricanes fan, Gators fan, Seminoles fan, college football fan at all?
Oh, yeah, Hurricane all day, Dolphin all day, Miami Heat all day.
Gotcha. You're straight up Miami all the way. Now, did you see the game last night between the Dolphins and the Bengals?
Unfortunately, I didn't. I was at the airport and flying home, so I didn't get to catch it. I caught the highlights.
Did you see what happened to Tua?
Yeah, I seen that hit, man. It was a scary hit.
Yeah, his reaction afterward. I mean, just as a Dolphin fan and a South Florida native, what did you think about seeing that? I mean, it was kind of freaky there.
It was scary, especially when I seen his hands kind of like tighten up, like twitch. His hands kind of froze. Mm-hmm. I knew it was more serious than, just a typical hit.
Gotcha. What kind of things do you like to do? Obviously, you're a sports fan there. What kind of things do you do when you're not on the road?
Oh, well, thankful for Norton and the trucking industry. I was able to, get enough capital and start my own jet ski rental business down here. So I rent out jet skis. I be on the water a lot. Yeah, I'm definitely a water junkie, adrenaline junkie. I go to a lot of games, sports games.
Tell us a little bit about that as far as renting out your jet skis. Obviously, I'm assuming you have a place on the beach where you work with the customers coming up, the tourists there, and try to appeal to them. I'm assuming that's the way the jet ski business works?
Yeah, I got a couple docks that I dock from. Oh, just for the record, Norton drivers, you guys get 75%. You get 70% off Geek Water Sports. Y'all hit me up. But no.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead, plug it. Do it again.
Yeah, man. Norton driver, 70% off, man. I give y'all a good discount, man. I've had one or two drivers from Norton, man, that actually came down and rented. Lexia, my home girl, she came and rented. She's a driver for Norton, and I had some other drivers come down, and I give Norton drivers great discounts, man.
Oh, fantastic. Who was your girl that came down that you were talking about?
Lexia Daniels.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Now, kind of break it down for us how this jet ski business works, when you started it, and how you were able to get the capital together to make that happen.
Well, we know how I got the capital, Norton. It works. You guys, you can hit me on my website, geekwatersports.com. That's geek, Geek. Or you can go to my Instagram at Geek Watersports, same tag. Tab. And, you just book a time, you reach out, and I meet you at either one of 3 docks down here in Miami. One of the docks I meet you at, and I give you the jet skis, you sign the waivers, and either you go on your own or, I can give you a tour. I can ride with you.
Gotcha.
And it's hourly.
Do you guys, do your people ride on the intercoastal, or are you out in the ocean?
More intercoastal, but if you want to go out in the ocean, it's possible. I have to give you one of my bigger skis.
How many vessels? How many watercraft do you have?
I have a couple at the moment, but it's more me and a couple friends. So combine all us together, we got about 12.
So you guys got a partnership going on there?
Correct.
Gotcha. Is this something that you wanted to do for a long time?
It was just an opportunity I seen that presented. Believe it or not, I went to rent some jet skis one weekend, and literally all the companies that I called was booked. Like, I called back to back, and I'm like, wow, if I had some jet skis right now, I'd be in business. So I just decided to do it.
Gotcha. Now, you said you were a water junkie. What drew you into the water?
So I've been swimming since I was a baby, and it's just, I don't know, like I growing up seeing those guys out there on the water on the different PWCs, I was like, you know what, man, I don't know, started really liking it and got into it. And once I got on the water, it was a wrap, man. I was a junkie, man. I've been a water junkie ever since.
I guess, when you look at it from a consumer standpoint, you look at the price point to participate, and you're thinking as a business person, you're like, there may be some opportunities here that could prove advantageous.
Right, yeah.
Now, how long have you had Geek Water Sports?
I've been in business now a year, officially a year. I was kind of doing things on the route, just, riding with friends, renting out to friends a little longer than that, but I've officially been in business a little over a year.
Gotcha. What's the season down there in South Florida? I guess you got to take a couple months off as far as water sports, or what does it run like there?
And it's 365, man. We got that. We hot all around, but mainly more likely like March, about January to just at the end of December to April is where it get real slow.
I gotcha. Now, not to pat ourselves on the back here at Norton Transport, but I would assume that the revenue, the income that you made driving for us as a deck driver is one thing that led to your ability to be able to open your own business on the side.
It's the direct reason. Yeah, I made a lot of money with Norton, man. Norton's been good to me.
How long have you been driving with Norton Transport?
I started August of 2020.
What's it been like?
Oh, it's been great. The only thing is I kind of kicked myself in the butt for waiting as long as I did to go to the decking side. I was doing singles, and I was making a lot of money. I was considered Norton's #1 single driver. So I got comfortable, and I had people reach out from Norton a couple times to get in the decking, and I said I would eventually do it, and I waited. But once I got into it, I really I don't know, I'm mad at myself. I should have been into it because the decking is totally different from single.
And kind of break that down for us. What are some of the key differences? There's the obvious differences, but walk us through the obvious differences and to more of the nuances as far as some of the differences as an experienced driver. Kind of how does it play out as far as some of the differences between the two?
Well, obvious, the only downside if you're a lazy person, decking, requires physical labor. But I would say the physical labor is get easier and easier as you go. So from someone looking outside, it might look like, oh, it's hard work. It's really not. Learning it was a little difficult for me at first because I had used to being the driving. But once I got the decking down packed, oh man, it's great, man. Like you say, it's obvious the money is totally different, quadruple what I was making doing singles. What else I would say different? Of course, the travel guys pay depending on whether you're doing a three-way or four-way. They pay for your travel. What else? It just opened up. It's a bigger opportunity because, like I say, you can still see the singles on the load board. So it makes your traveling, trip planning a lot better because wherever you at, it broadens what trucks you can get. So that's a great thing in itself. What else? I mean, my team, Brandy, Jackson. I love my dispatch team. They're great. Not saying my dispatch team when I was doing singles wasn't great, but the dispatch team I have now doing decking is awesome.
I actually tried to get Jackson to come on with us tonight, but he had a schedule conflict. He couldn't make it on, but he was bragging on you, and it's nice to hear you bragging on him too. And Brandy there, both of them. What does it mean for you as a deck driver? Kind of walk us through the relationship and the importance of the relationship with your dispatch.
Learning each other. Just learning each other, understanding. Well, from a dispatch standpoint, Jackson is. I'm not trying to toot my dispatch horn or anything. I'm just, answering your question. And Jackson happened to be my dispatch. He's real good at getting to know you. He has a great personality, and he's real good at, knowing, what makes you tick and what makes you talk. He know where I like to go. So he's always looking out for me on that. And it's just little things like even if outside, he'll just call you and, hey, man, I haven't talked to you today. Is everything okay? Just little things like that is great, and building that great relationship with each other. He know what I like and where I want to go, and he literally would get the runs for me. Just, him knowing that, the directions I like going. So just going and getting to know each other.
Now, you were talking about the direction you like to go. Where do you like to go? What's your favorite path as far as lane specific? Where do you like to go?
I mean, of course it's going to be Florida, but I go all over. I'm pretty much I go all over, but I like to go places where I'm not going to have too much trouble getting out of. So that's kind of key when it comes to our trip planning. Where I want to go, I want to make sure I can get out. I preferably fly strictly Southwest. So I try to make sure everywhere, and he know that. So try to make sure wherever I go, the airport in that area has Southwest. But I go all over, man. I go to Oregon, Maine, if I can get a way out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's gonna be my first actual winter doing decking, so this is gonna be a little interesting.
We're going to talk about that in a minute here. I had that on my to-do list questions here, especially for a guy from South Florida. I wanted to ask you a couple other quick questions about, you were talking about ways to get out from certain locations. And a lot of people who may listen to this are prospective drivers, singles, maybe becoming deck drivers. Talk about that load plan aspect of getting out. How do you approach that?
Well, what I like to do before I even if I see on the load board, I see a run I like I say, I strictly fly Southwest because of the free bags. So I check and see the area that the truck is going to. So say, for example, I'm picking up out of Von Army and the truck is going to, say, Atlanta. I'm going to take that all day because I know Atlanta A has Southwest. And, Atlanta is a real busy hub, so it can pretty much do anything. Or another thing I do that I realize a lot of drivers don't care to do is I get a rental car and drive 6-7 hours. A lot of drivers don't like that. But I know if I go to an area, say like Atlanta, I know I have Cleveland, North Carolina, I have Mount Holly, I have all these areas that's an hour's drive of Atlanta. So I would go at that'd be a no-brainer to go in that direction.
And pick up a connecting load?
Correct, yeah. So I look at all that when I'm going in wherever direction I'm going is when I'm getting out, like I say, either A is do they have Southwest? Or B, can I get it in a rental car and then a couple hours B to another truck?
Gotcha. How long have you been in the trucking business altogether?
December make 5 years.
Gotcha. Now, I'm assuming you probably weren't with Norton that whole time. You may have worked with some other companies.
Yeah, I came in the industry doing Driveaway. I started with a small company called Global Transports. Their main office is out of Quebec, Canada. They have an office in Iowa. I started with them, and I was with them about 3 years. And I was at Oklahoma Airport doing the CNG. And I met a Norton driver, and he was talking highly about Norton. So I gave Norton a shot, and I've been with Norton ever since.
What kind of things, not to brag on us too much, but what kind of things did that driver pass along to you that I'm assuming it kind of persuaded and appealed to you to give Norton a shot?
Yeah, so at that time I was still learning the industry. I didn't know as much about the industry as I know now. So basically telling me about the load board, because the company that I was with, it was basically forced dispatch. So that alone had me like, wow, they have a load board. I can go in there and pick what I want. He was talking about the pay. He was just talking about the people at the office, man. He thought highly of you guys. So I don't know. I took him up on his offer, and I can honestly say that everything he said was 100% spot on.
You're listening to the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport, and Edward Thomas on the horn with us tonight. Let's talk a little bit about, you said you've been in the Driveaway for 5 years. What are some of the things that you've learned from Driveaway as far as, give us the good, the bad, and the ugly?
The good is the freedom. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so I have a lot of other things going on outside of driving. So with Driveaway, I know that, I can drop a truck off and then just catch a flight home or to whatever city I need to go to have whatever meeting, easy as to, traditional trucking. I either got to, work my way back home or leave the truck. So that freedom in itself, I love. Another thing about Driveaway, I'm a people's person. I'm very friendly. So I meet a lot of people at airports, Uber drivers, my different ways of, getting around. I'm really in contact with a lot of people. As the traditional truck driving, a lot of them might not admit it, but it can be a little lonely.
I bet. Now, you were talking about you're a people person. That's obvious to see from this, interaction we're having here on the Six Figure Trucker. Tell us about some of the coolest people you've met in your 5 years on the road, be it at an airport with an Uber driver, just a total stranger. I'm thinking you're one of those guys who's never met a stranger.
The best person I met just gave me a birthday present. I'm saying this on the podcast. I met a guy about 5 years ago, good friend of mine. We've been friends ever since then. And he literally just gifted me. My birthday is Monday, by the way, October the 3rd. He gifted me a 2003 Mustang Shelby GT with 800 original miles on it.
Get out of town.
Right. I got to get it transported from Tucson, Arizona. Yeah.
What color is it?
White.
A 2003 Mustang Shelby GT. Would you say 8,000 miles on it?
No. 800. Not even 1,000 miles on it. Antique.
How did you meet this guy?
I met him on the road.
You obviously made an impression on him for him to give you this Mustang. Is there a story behind why he decided to give it to you?
He's an older guy, and I always be like, I always be kicking it with him, like, hey man, just leave me there, because he has a bunch of cars and trucks. So I was old school, and I tell him all the time, hey, just leave that on the wheel for me. Leave me that on the wheel. And it was just always a joke. And for him to call me and tell me it's mine was kind of like shocking.
Yeah, how did you react to that?
I didn't really, that night, when he called me that night, because we were talking about some other stuff, it didn't really dawn on me what he said till the next morning. I'm like, and I was talking to my girlfriend, and my girlfriend was like, you might want to call him and make sure everything okay. We went to thinking about his health. Because, like I say, the next morning is when it really dawned on me. So I called him, and his health is perfectly fine. Nothing. He just decided to get me the car. So
Wow.
that got to be the most dopest person I've met on this road.
No doubt about it. So how are you going to get it transported and when?
That's to be figured out. I got to figure that out. I haven't really put a lot of thought to it because I had a lot going on, but I'm definitely going to sit this week and try to figure that out.
Gotcha. What are you going to do with the car once you get it? I mean, you're going to baby it. You're going to store it. You're going to drive
Oh yeah,
it?
I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna do the same thing he's doing. I'm putting it in the garage. I'm putting it in the garage.
That'll be your 85 degrees, sunny, not a cloud in the sky car to drive.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about being a South Florida guy, born and raised there, Dolphins fans, Hurricanes fan. What's it like for you approaching your first winter as a deck driver? What kind of things are going through your mind?
I love the challenge. I've worked in below weather. I've done physical labor in below weather before. So, I mean, it's been years, so I know I can do it. But it's going to definitely be a challenge, and I look forward to it.
What do you think is going to be the most challenging part of it?
I don't know. Like I said, it's my first time, but I would think that some of the parts, that come off now easy may be frozen and, have issues, just being screwed off in the winter. Maybe a lot of the driving, it may be a lot difficult, What else? Of course, the black ice slipping and.
Mm-hmm. But I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm thinking that the payoff, you could kind of underscore that the payoff is worth, your hands up on, obviously you're going to have gloves when you're getting the saddles off and that kind of stuff where it's, where you got close contact with the cold metal. I guess the payoff's worth it.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
Now, let's talk a little bit about what are some of your favorite cities to go to when you might have a little bit of downtime. We know deck drivers don't have a lot of downtime, but if you did have some downtime, what are some of your favorite cities to go in just to be there?
Oh, I got a couple. I love Charlotte. North Carolina. I've just been on the road. I've gained a lot of friends out there. I love Phoenix, Arizona, and I love Houston because I'm a fat boy at heart. The food.
What is it about Charlotte that appeals to you the most?
I met it's that's the Bible Belt, man. They got some real good people there, good character, Christian folks I met out there. So it's a lot of the friendship I built. I built a lot of friendships out there in Charlotte.
What about Phoenix?
Friendship as well. Friendship. I got a good partner out there in Tucson, and I like Phoenix because whenever I'm out there with my partner, I got Las Vegas up the road this way, not too far from California that way, and the people. Don't care too much for the weather, but yeah, the people.
Now, you were talking about you got Vegas right up the road there. Do you ever make your way to Vegas to try your luck at the tables?
No, I work too hard for my money to give it away, my brother.
I gotcha. There's just, there's several schools of thought on that as far as when it comes to gambling. I hear what you're saying, man. It's like you can be gone in a second.
Yeah, I've never been a gambler.
Gotcha. And, it's talking about gambling. I mean, when you look at it, what you do now in Driveaway, you don't see that as a gamble. I mean, obviously it seems like something pretty solid for you.
Oh, Driveaway? No, me getting in this industry was one of the best decisions I ever made. No, that's not. If it was a gamble, it paid off a long time ago.
You're talking about one of the best decisions. How did you approach it? I mean, when you got to that point when you said, I'm going to try this, what was the I guess, deciding factor for you?
So when I was, like I said, I told you I worked in winter before. I used to work for a company, and we delivered like brand new trash cans to cities all over. And what happened was that's how I got into the industry. I was at a hotel in St. Louis, and I seen a guy pull up in a brand new garbage truck, and it was like in the evening, and we started talking. And I asked him what he do, and he told me he was a transporter. And it went from that to me and him sat down when I got something to eat that evening, and we talked about it. He just told me everything about the industry, and I was fascinated about it. Just to start flying all over the place, picking up trucks, delivering them. And,
if there's one common theme that we have when we do this podcast with every driver we talk to here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport, is the freedom. How would you characterize that freedom? Let's say if you were talking to another deck driver in Driveaway, and if you were talking to somebody who wanted to become a driver in Driveaway, how would you describe that freedom?
I say it like this. I like to travel a lot. I travel out the country. I do a lot of traveling. My friends that travel to they have to put in, ask for time off and all of this stuff, and it got to the point where it's disgusting to me to hear them say that. Like, hey man, I gotta request this time, or I gotta do this. I'm like, in this industry, man, I just literally tell my dispatch, hey, I'll be off for a week, and with no repercussions, no anything, and go out, handle my business, come back, and get right back on the road, or just roll out the bed and get on the load board, find runs that I want. There's no set 8-10 hour work day. There's no boss. If you a driver that's handling your business, like getting the trucks there on time without any issues, man, it's great. It's an amazing feeling, man.
Gotcha. Now, you were talking about doing some traveling. Where you been lately? Not in the truck, but personally.
I've been busy this year. Just got back from the Bahamas. Bahamas, Costa Rica, and Jamaica.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you as you said, you're a water guy. Did you take your girl with you?
Yeah, on all three. Yeah, me and my girl went on all three.
That's got to be solid for the relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Bahamas, Costa Rica, and Jamaica. That's hard to beat. 3 destinations there all in 1 year. Which of those 3 was the best time?
Well, see, Jamaica was because I met my girl in Jamaica, so it was kind of like a reunion type thing.
I got you. Special time and place for both of you.
Right. Yeah.
Now, was she a tourist or was this a Jamaican girl?
No, she's from Miami. She was a tourist. She was with her friends on a ladies' trip, and I was with my fellas on the fellas' trip.
And kind of walk us through, if you don't mind, how you met her and how you approached her. I
seen her at the airport in Miami. Well, actually, my friend, who's actually driving, and he don't want to say anything. You actually said something to him at the office. What that was about 2 weeks ago. Marlon Bird. Yeah, his name out. Yeah. Marlon Bird. Yeah, I'm actually in the car with him.
Hey, Marlon.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, brother?
We was at the airport on our way there, and he seen her, and he know my type. He spotted her out, and like, there she go. But the thing was, once we seen her at the airport, but once we landed, we didn't see each other again at all. No more. The whole time we was on the island. It wasn't until we was on the flight back to America that they put me right next to her.
That's some fate right there, like it was meant to be.
Yeah, well.
Now, how long have you guys been together?
A little over a year.
Oh, so it's obviously working out there. Now, not to get too personal, but what is your type? I mean, Marlon obviously knew.
What is my type? Oh, you know what? Let Marlon out there. What's my type, bro? I like her kind of tall. How can I explain this? Now, you put me on the spot, man.
You got it.
Tall,
you like
dark skin.
Tall and dark skin, sure. I hear you, brother. I hear you, man.
Tall, dark skin, thick.
Okay. She checks all the boxes, huh?
All of them.
Oh, that's good. And it's good to hear that you've been to the Bahamas, Costa Rica, and Jamaica with your girl, and you were able to do that because of the freedom and obviously the income that Driveaway has provided for you. Now, Marlon Bird's in the car with you.
Yeah, we right here. We're actually walking through the mall right now, but he can hear you right now.
Okay. Now, are you guys just hanging, or you got a ride together, or what's the circumstance that's brought you two together?
Oh, I got a birthday party this weekend. My birthday is Monday, so we just home, kicking it.
I got you. Now, how old will you be come Monday?
Oh, man, 36.
36? That's not old at all, man. You're still in the prime of your life right there. Now, let's shift gears kind of back to the trucking side here. I heard you mention you've driven CNG. What's your stance on CNG?
It's a challenge I love. It's an adrenaline rush thinking you're going to run out of fuel. No, let me stop. I like CNG. I like CNG. A lot of drivers don't like them. it's trip planning. You got to trip plan to the T. If not, you would definitely be on the side of the road.
Now, let's talk about the benefits. We've talked about this with other drivers. CNG is not going to eat into your pocket as much as conventional diesel fuel because, I mean, by and large, CNG is cheaper.
Right, correct, yeah.
How much does that impact you? I mean, being a deck driver, it's a little different when you're just fueling the horse.
I haven't done a CNG as a deck driver as of yet.
I got you. So do you still take singles?
I maybe took about 1 or 2 singles. I usually take them like as a connecting. If I see one in that area that I'm dropping off and I can get to another truck and make money in the process, yeah, I grab a single.
I got you. You kind of stepped right into my next question about what makes singles appealing. Of course, putting you to your next load is obviously one thing. Now, when you were a singles driver, what was your state of mind then as a singles driver?
I mean, just, getting up early in the morning, get my miles in. It was a lot more freedom for us with parking. Get a hotel, park it, and then I could really enjoy the cities that I was in a lot more when I was doing singles. As to with the decking now, it's kind of like, the parking is, how it is with the decking. The parking could be a little difficult, but with the singles, I honestly wasn't planning on being in the truck industry as long as I am now when I was doing singles. I thought I would be out by now. I thought one of my other ventures would have took off by now, but I'm still here and I'm loving it.
Now, do you by chance, I'm going to do a little name drop on you. Do you know Michael Collodi? He's one of our drivers, Michael Collodi.
Michael Collodi. Nah, I don't know that name.
Because, the reason I bring up his name is because you were talking about hotels and parking. He's what they call the hotel guy, which I'm sure you could find him through a little networking. But Michael's got a thing. He's actually on one of our podcasts where they call him the hotel guy because he can find a place that accommodates for parking for deck drivers, and he's put that together. So if you go to Michael's podcast, it's already out there, Michael Collodi, and that's with a K, and he looks out for you guys as far as finding the hotels that will accommodate the parking. And I believe he told me that for CDL drivers, you guys, you get 15% off.
Okay, you said his name, Michael Collodi?
Michael Collodi, yeah, Michael Collodi. They just call him the hotel guy. I'm sure you could find him on Facebook or on the podcast. He's a guy that could help you out. Now, speaking about that, how much of a challenge is it as a deck driver, particularly if you're, you got a triple or you're pulling 4 to find parking?
I mean, it's difficult, but it's manageable. But you definitely, my thing is, my trainer told me, no matter where you go, if you're going inside a parking lot or anything, man, throw on those hazards and walk that parking lot, man. Get a visual of where you're going so you won't be put in a situation where you can't get out. So that's what I do. I pull over. So I go to a parking lot. I pull over, and I throw my hazards, and I just go out and I walk the parking lot, and I get a good visual and be like, okay, I can make it. If not, I can't make it, I find somewhere else to go.
Have you ever been stuck where you couldn't make it out?
Fortunately, I haven't had that happen yet.
Do you think that's because of the pre-planning you do, walking the parking lot, looking at every potential scenario?
Yeah, walking that. And as far as when I go places, I Google them. You can Google a map, and it'll show you, you can go through and they'll actually show you what the parking lot looks like as well. So I'm real good on that, getting that out of the way before I go anywhere.
Gotcha. Now, you'd mentioned that you like Charlotte, you like Phoenix, and I'm trying to recall the other city you like. Houston. Charlotte, yeah. Phoenix, Houston. What about the ones that you despise?
A good question. A city that I do not care for, I haven't ran across any that I really like. I can say I don't like. I have places like pickups and drop-offs I don't care for. But actual city in itself, I don't have any cities that I can say I don't like.
You like it all?
Yeah, I like it all. I mean, I'm just pushing through anyway. If I really like it, I'll stop and kick it. But just keep pushing through. So I haven't ran across any city that I can say I don't like.
I got you. Now, you were talking about the freedom that you get with Driveaway. Monday is your birthday. Will you be on the road, or you guys are having? I think you'd mentioned you guys are going to celebrate it next week.
Yeah. This weekend we celebrate my birthday.
What's on the menu for the birthday?
I know and I don't. I just got to show up, man. My girlfriend got the itinerary, so I know it's multiple dinners and we're having a party. But the details I can't tell you. My girlfriend planned it.
Now, do you roll pretty large when it's birthday time?
Yeah, I do.
Now, how many people do you anticipate will be at this party for you this weekend?
I have no idea. Like I say, my girlfriend planned everything. I'm just showing up. But I know I got a lot of family and friends be there, so probably north of 30 people.
Well, that's fantastic, man. Again, from Norton Transport, we want to say happy birthday to you. And we're very fortunate to have you with us. And, you talked about you've been in it for 5 years. You didn't think you'd be in it this long. How long do you think you will be in it?
That's a good question. I don't got a exact expiration date, but I am, I got my hands in multiple things outside of trucking. So who knows, man? 2 years, 20 years, I don't know. Whatever's God's plan.
Whatever comes down the pipe there. Now, you've told us about your jet ski business that you have, but you just had mentioned that you got your hands in some other things. Any ventures upcoming?
Yeah, my number one venture is Let's Link. I have a date and an event app that I'm getting developed. I had some setbacks. I posted to launch. Actually, the app was supposed to launch the beginning of this year, but I had a series of setbacks. I had some incompetent developers that I was dealing with, but I got another team of developers on board. So hopefully, if everything goes well, we can have that launched by the end of this year.
Well, tell us a little bit about it. What is it exactly that you got going there?
Let's Link. We're a dating and event app where we're bringing back dating back to actual locations. You can meet up with people, see who's all in the actual location you're at, buy drinks, buy gifts, everything through the app at, locations.
So that's kind of a niche you're trying to create for yourself that separates you from all these other dating apps.
Correct. Yeah.
Now, how long has that been in the plans, in the progress there?
I got the idea about 2 years ago. I got serious about it maybe a year and a half ago. I had a first version of the app developed, I want to say last year, the end of last year I had it. I wasn't satisfied with it. So I didn't tell them to scrap it, but I kind of got a little frustrated and, sent the team back to the drawing board. And
when do you hope to go live with it?
I think we should be able to go live within the next 60 days.
Oh, wow.
But just portions of it, not the main, because it's going to be a couple different parts of the app that we're not going to be able to go live with just yet, but just mainly the dating portion, messaging, and all that. We'll be able to go live.
I'm picking up that you are a true entrepreneur, and that's something that's a passion for you.
I guess so. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, do you see that as being something that could take you into the next phase as you're still staying on the road, making the money that you are as a deck driver here in Driveaway, well, of course, which is funding your other businesses?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about you got the birthday weekend coming up, and then are you back on the road come Monday?
No, my birthday is actually Monday. I'm gonna fly out Tuesday.
Gotcha. Where's your next load?
I haven't got it yet, but I know I'm probably more likely gonna fly into San Antonio. But my next load, I haven't grabbed it yet.
Gotcha. What does the rest of the year look like for you before we get into too much cold weather? I mean, you're just going to kick it on the road and hold on to your other two business ventures as far as making those two succeed?
Correct. That's the plan as of now, yeah.
All right. Edward Thomas joining us here this evening on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Edward, I'll usually ask this of all of our deck drivers, our Driveaway drivers. What would you say to someone who is considering going into this business? What would your advice be to them?
Do it. Don't think twice about it. Do it.
I hear Marlon back there, too. Both of you guys echoing that.
Do it. And to the decking part, don't be intimidated by it. That's what I say. Like, I meet a lot of drivers I meet a lot of guys that's intimidated by decking. Don't be intimidated. You're going to take your losses, man, out here coming. But what you do is, man, you pre-plan, you pre-trip, you be careful. and you just use all your senses, man. You hear, listen, smell, and I promise you're going to be all right.
Now, when you first got into decking, did you find it intimidating, and how did you break through that if you did find it intimidating?
You're gonna run across a lot of pessimistic drivers on the road. And so when I would bring it up to these drivers, they say, "Oh, you don't want to do that, man. That's too much work." And a lot of drivers were telling me not to do it. So what happened was that discouraged me for a while. And then I ran across some drivers that just kept telling me about the money and it's work, but it's not as bad as people make it out to be. So I just said, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I just stopped one day I was doing a single through Laredo. And I just stopped at the yard and went talking to the people at the yard. Like, hey, I'm interested in getting into decking.
That's where you got some education there, picked up some valuable information in Von Ormy?
Yes, sir.
Haven't looked back since?
Haven't looked back since. Best decision I made. Gotcha.
Edward Thomas joining us here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Edward, we really appreciate you being on the show with us this evening, and of course, looking forward to your, I guess it'll be your 37th birthday, is that right?
36. Come on, man. Okay,
you're turning 36. I got you. You don't have 36 behind you yet.
Gotcha, yeah.
All right. Edward, thank you so much. Marlon, a big shout out to you over there in the side. Are you guys still in the car, or are you at the mall now?
No, we're in the mall.
You doing a little shopping for the girlfriend?
It's my birthday, bro.
That's a good way to end right there. It is Edward's birthday, hanging out with Marlon. And, of course, he's had a big year, as he's kind of shared with us here. He's been to the Caribbean there, had some good times out on the beach there. He's a water guy, and all made possible by his experience in the Driveaway world. We're lucky to have you, Edward, here with Norton Transport, and thank you so much for your time.
Hey, no problem. Hey, y'all remember, man, Norton Drivers, man, Geek Water Sports, man. Y'all get a major discount. Y'all in South Florida, y'all want to ride some jet skis.
You heard it right there from Edward Thomas, Geek Water Sports. He said 70 to 75% off. If you guys hear this and you're in the Norton family, take advantage of it when you get down to South Florida and you want to get on that jet ski. All right, Edward, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy your birthday weekend and your actual birthday on Monday.
Awesome, man. Thank you, guys.
All right, have a good evening.
Six Figure Trucker is brought to you by Norton Transport. Norton Transport is a drive-away trucking company that customers can rely on. It offers excellent independent contract driving opportunities to professional, courteous, and qualified drivers that can provide the kind of service we deliver. If you're interested in learning more about Norton or just want to subscribe to the show, check out 6-figuretrucker.com. That's 6-figuretrucker.com.